Live. Is anybody watching? Can you let me know if you are? Because usually I see you guys in the conversations before, but I don't see anyone there now. So Adryenn's on her way. I'm hoping that we're live. I'm going to go to YouTube and check. So it says upcoming. All right, I'm live. All right, cool. And no one is watching at all. So Adryenn is on her way right now. She and I were talking yesterday about a bunch of stuff, and I realized that actually there are some, I don't know, bridges to be built between Adryenn and the, Hex community for a lot of reasons. And other than Hex, like there are other things that Adryenn has been criticized for and ideas that people just never heard all the way out. And I'm looking forward to getting her perspective on a lot of things. Hopefully she's going to show up. I'm going to call her. Yeah, this should be fun. Didn't go through. Do you guys want to talk about, it's just me? Cool. All right, so it's just me sitting here by myself. So I guess, I don't know. I won't say anything. And if you guys want to just wondering, someone said something. Thank you. Just wondering with new faces, who's new in Hex, like 1 week type new. So Adryenn isn't new. She's not in Hex, but she works in other, outside in crypto space. And she's got a lot of really interesting things going on with NFTs for artists. And we were having this really great conversation the other day in Club House about NFTs for musicians. And then Adryenn, and then it kind of transitioned into a conversation about DeFi. And I thought that it would be great to bring her on here. So I'm going to go back to StreamYard. I'm going to try calling her again. I just talked to her right before I got on the stream. So I know that she's coming. But let's see what's going on. Awesome. Yeah. This is great, guys. Okay, next week I think is the time that my friend is coming on, the Bitcoin maximalist, and we've got a lot to talk about with him because I don't know, there's some kind of I don't know, now he's saying he's not a maximalist, but I have a recording from November where he's claiming staunch maximalism. So either he's admitting that the maximalism is a LARP, or, I don't know, maybe he's tricking me into going on the show. Like, we'll just see, but I think that that'll be really fun. And I had to say it out loud so that I make him come next week, if anyone watches. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's better that no one is, since this keeps happening. Oh my God. Have some talking points ready for her. Yeah, I do. I have tons of talking points ready for Adryenn. Yeah. So I guess I'll just talk about them myself. We were going to be talking about a conversation that we were having yesterday about getting ready for streams, and like that going into the amount of time that you are spending at work, and like whether or not it should count, because it is potentially unequal. And whether or not that is a reasonable topic to discuss when we talk about the role of women in cryptocurrency. And like, I know that a lot of times people want to talk about, like, people don't want to talk about that, and other people like want to push you into talking about that. And I don't know if that is a specific way that that issue has been looked at. So I was hoping to do that with her. If any of you have any comments on that, yeah, you just want me to do it? Okay. So, well, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that it's kind of hard to know if you're like, I feel like sometimes there's no way that I could put myself in a man's shoes when it comes to these issues. So how could a man really put himself in mine? So yeah, is appropriate for these people ending up? Yeah, I know. I know, right? Right. I'll just build half bridges. But I don't think that that's what's going on with Adryenn. I don't know what's going on with her because I talked to her right before this, like right before this. All right, fine. So I'll just keep talking about the makeup thing. So I mean, like, I think that there's probably a fine line, right? Like if it takes like, 2 hours for you to do your hair and makeup, like, probably not. That shouldn't count as work time. But if it's reasonable and it's not like you were just already ready because, you're supposed to be ready every day and that's part of your job, like, I don't know. What do you guys think? I definitely think that that's something, it's a unique way of exploring the gender disparity in cryptocurrency. Maybe broader. I don't know. There she is. Oh my God, I have a guest. Yes. Adryenn, you're here.
And I've been up since 8 o'clock. I literally got up. I brushed my hair. You didn't get makeup today. But it's Saturday morning and it's early and it's you. So I'm like, she won't care.
No, I won't care. I won't care at all. But what do you think? Were you listening?
No, I had the rainbow spinny of death for the last 20 minutes.
Okay.
I finally just restarted. So I jumped right in. Catch me up. What are we talking about?
Okay, so I was talking about some conversations like that you and I were kind of having yesterday and over the last week, and really even like for a longer period, like really since August or September, and kind of tying them together. And I know, like, generally speaking, you refuse to speak on panels that are about women in cryptocurrency because they turn into whiny bitch fests, right? Like that's your quote.
Publicly, I'm a member of a bunch of different women in blockchain groups, which I love because, Crypto Vixens, we inspire women to join founding teams as co-founders or advisors, regardless of technical expertise, because if it's a real company, it's about a real thing, and you can have experience about that real thing without understanding blockchain. We use email every day. We don't know how it works. It just works.
So right? I think that what you're saying, so what you're saying is that if it's a woman who has an expertise in something else that's related to that, and there's no other woman on the team, that they should bring one on because that perspective is really important.
Well, okay, so in the movie industry, I would fill all of the positions with women, and then I would backfill with men, only because there's so few women, especially behind the camera, and there's so many brilliant ones, that I would just start with the women and then backfill. I literally had like 2 guys. I had the director and the director of photography. Everybody else was a woman on my first film, and they thought that was great. And it worked really well because women play team sports well. It's not about the ego. There's no like jockeying for position. So that just worked better. And I do that in pretty much everything. When I'm booking, speaking, I map out what are the conversations that I want to have when I'm doing a conference. What do I want to have? What are the key points that I want to have made? What do I want to have explained? What are some of the keynotes I want to do? And then I go and, I mean, there's 2,000 of us women that are like ballers, amazing speakers, great content. So I might as well start with the women and then backfill with the men. It just makes it easier. And I know I'm in here, and I think Nicole just dropped off, so I'm not sure. But we can talk about how you find amazing women. Actually, if you Google, there's a list of 200 top speakers. So the point that she was making is when I say I don't want to be on a panel about women in whatever, it does tend to degrade into a whiny bitch fest sometimes. And I don't want to be associated with that, because I think that women are equal. I think that women actually have a great different perspective. And when you're building teams, the number one thing you want to do, if you look at the data, right, this isn't even a diversity play. This is strictly a money play. So if you look at the data of teams that have diverse leadership, they make at least 10% more. They fail about 30% less. So if you're building a team, why wouldn't you hedge some of that risk and build a diverse team? The other thing is, if it's, and this is what I always think is funny. So those of you who know me, I've been on the show before, we actually are rebranding what used to be Lolly, because a brilliant 21-year-old college guy in Massachusetts dropped the Lolly dating app in the app store. It was a hilarious conversation. He literally was like, messaged me and he goes, "Hi, I think we have a situation." I'm like, "I know." And had the app sucked, I probably would have been pissed. But if there's a likelihood of confusion and somebody's going to be like, "Oh my God," well, at least the app's kind of cool. It's Tinder meets TikTok. He did it really well. He's brilliant. And he was totally cool. So I sold him the Lolly trademark, and we are rebranding to Smart Dates. So that's in process right now. He's actually helping me with that. So he's pretty cool. If you are a millennial, if you are a youngster, if you are not intimidated by TikTok, go ahead and check out the Lolly dating app. The other thing was, we're not even competitive. We're going after completely different markets, and we have completely different technologies. So I was like, yeah, okay. So you just kicked my butt to get myself rebranded and get this out there and actually do it. So I figured the universe just gave me an ass kicking. But my point being about women, you want to have diverse teams. So in most of the time when I go look at these dating apps that they launch, and there's been 3 other consent apps that launched, and they were by white guys. I'm like, dude, you don't understand. You don't know what it's like to be a woman who dates. Like I've seen like 5 other apps swipe my key features and then implement them wrong, because they actually don't understand the why. So this is why you want women on your teams. You're hedging your risk. You're lowering your risk of failure. You're increasing your revenue. You're increasing your audience. Because I got to tell you, we are a little biased, right? We see a baller woman on your team, we're going to look at it better than if we look at this whole panel of men and go, really?
Sometimes, but like there's a lot of woman on woman hate, Adryenn. That's true.
Oh yeah, but I don't do assholes, douchebags, or crazy ass bitches. So not
okay.
I mean, that. The women in my circle, if I recommend a woman, it's because she's baller and she's a team player and she's awesome. But anyway, it started actually, this woman had 30 years experience in healthcare. She was a titan, super well connected, well respected, industry knowledge, didn't want to join a healthcare blockchain company because she didn't understand blockchain. I said, it's a healthcare company. Like,
yep.
If you don't understand AWS, IBM, if you don't understand the cloud platforms that these things are built on, why would you say, "Oh, well, I don't know IBM, so I'm not going to do it. I don't know AWS, so I'm not going to do it." Right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
See, I knew you would like her. Yeah, so they're saying they like you.
Okay. I full disclosure, and there should be like a little warning label down here. Number 1, I swear like a sailor. Number 2, it's early here. I have had a half of a cup of coffee. I'm not normally nice before 3 cups of coffee and 10 a.m. I'm a half a cup in. So
I know.
Warning label, full disclosure, y'all. Like this is just going to be truth bombs. Whatever you want to ask, great. But just expect I'm actually going to tell you the truth, unfiltered, because I actually don't possess a filter before 10 a.m.
Very true. It's true. Hey, before I forget, you were going to come here, and it's been almost a year. It's time.
It's time. I was going to come. Oh, yeah. I just renewed my lease, though.
So you were still going to visit?
Oh yes, I can still visit. Actually, yeah, I should do a tour. I'm going to Vegas on the 6th. Then I'm going to Utah on the 9th. How far are you from Salt Lake City?
6 hours.
But I mean, the flight is like what, an hour?
Yeah, maybe less. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe instead of coming directly home, I didn't buy my return ticket from Utah because I didn't know how long I was staying because I have investor meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm working with a founder on a really cool project. So we're going to design some stuff for that. So basically, I have this naughty dating app for good girls that gets women laid and solves the Me Too epidemic. And also my day job after my 2020 gap year where they stopped letting me travel, canceled 60 of my conferences. I've already been booked on 4, so I'm pretty excited. Conferences are coming back. I'm in process of negotiating a talk in Bordeaux, France on a river cruise. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to say yes to that. So if anybody wants me to speak, some of the ways you get me is there's a beach. I've never been there. It's warm. I'm literally looking at snow and I'm cold. So
someone says in the comments, says the CEO of Match Group is Shar Dubey. She's female, and she says that's false, Adryenn. Tinder Match, Plenty of Fish, etc.
What?
So I think that they're saying that there are leaders of dating apps that are female, and
yes, there are. That's not what I was commenting.
That there aren't.
No,
yeah.
What I said was there's these dudes that keep stealing some of my functionality and launching apps. This one guy took one of the early iterations of the rebranded name that I was going to get. I was thinking of a different name. So he grabs it and then he launches it. It sucks. It's single point of consent. The whole point of consent is you need to have pre-consent and post-consent, and you need to have staking, and you need to have a reputation built in, and security and ID, and all these things. It's none of that. And I was like, this is literally dudes getting out of lawsuits app. That's not ending the Me Too epidemic. Like, if they don't understand the reason why a feature is there, then they can't implement it correctly. So
let's talk about he's the person misunderstood you.
No, I was not saying that there are not women. However, should I show you the last people who asked me out? And this is why the dating apps don't work. Because what does this do to a woman's self-esteem? Let me just pull this. So you are seeing me in the morning. This is like seriously, dudes, I brushed my hair, right? I still think I'm plenty damn good looking. Okay. And you should see me when I actually try. Like, you know, I can inspire woodies. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Those are the last guys to ask me out on traditional dating apps. Crack Santa. Literally looks like Santa's been on a bender for a year. Yeah. All of those apps think it's perfectly fine for people who are not what I'm looking for to ask me out. So as a woman living in an area where there are not as many, I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. So, I mean, at least there, the guys that I like swoon over, even if they're gay, they're still sweet and funny and will take me dancing. So that's not here, right? So I'm gonna have to import. But the key piece here is, it's like, I don't want to say it's not harassment. It's not. God bless them. They've got, but the app is the one proposing this. Like, Hinge literally put up the guy with the pink bandana. We have nothing in common. He rides a motorcycle. He's like, we have nothing in common, says he's my best match. So the app is literally prompting incorrectly. So that's what we're solving, is I shouldn't have to scroll through 5,000 people who are absolutely not what I want, right? So it should be a mutual match. They're looking for somebody like me. I'm looking for somebody like them. Now, maybe it'll expand the boundaries a little bit. Like, my age range is anywhere from 28 to, I say 75 only because Tom Selleck is hot, but really my former husband is 66, 67. And so, but he looked like Richard Gere when we got married. So there's that. So I'm really actually quite fluid other than on the younger side. I try to stay not under 35, but occasionally I have to give a hall pass because they're brilliant. But I'm 52, right? So I would like a person who's, and I'm done having kids. So I definitely don't want somebody who has kids. And they keep prompting me with these people who are like, not yet. Do you have kids? No, not yet. Someday soon. I'm like, then why are you messaging me?
What dating app are you using? That's what I need to know. Okay, because that one, yeah.
All of them. And so they don't give you that ability to really be clear. So what our AI does is it matches you based on sexual compatibility and core values. You can set it for a 5 we have a heat index like a thermometer, and you can set it for a 5. That's a rocking good time. And you know what? Sometimes you just need a rocking good time. And I cannot wait until they actually have home COVID tests where you can literally just prick a finger and then test negative and be like, okay, game on. Because this forced celibacy thing kind of sucks. So I thought I was over that. 9 years single, 7 years celibate, broke that that streak with my first boyfriend after 9 years, who was 28 and I was almost 50. Awesome. He was genius, absolute genius, brilliant human being, super, super best way to get back on the bike. But my point is, we match based on sexual compatibility and core values. Core values, you set that heat index to an 8.5. It's not going to show you anybody that you couldn't potentially spend the rest of your life with. So it saves you time, and it also makes sure that you don't feel like you're insulted, because that's really what it does. Is it damages self-esteem when the only people that you're being proposed are people that you would never date in a million years because you have nothing in common with them, right? So that's that. So let's see. Crack Santa is Chad Whale. Who's Chad Whale? Is that really what his name is? That's hilarious. They got to shoot their shot. Okay, Justin, yes, they got to shoot their shot. And what's hilarious is there's one guy on there, Donovan. We have nothing in common, but he is actually very, very sweet. So, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with them as humans. There's something wrong with us as a potential couple. That's the other thing. None of the ratings ever get done on an individual basis. We're not judging anyone. There is a pot for every lid. There is someone absolutely perfect for these people. It's just not me. So there we go. There's a new Netflix show called The One that matches people for love with a DNA sample. I should be on that. There's another, oh my God, there's a reality TV show for singles, and I applied, and they literally whisked you off to a fabulous 5-star hotel for a blind date, and there's no sex. It's PG rated basically, but it's hilarious. And I'm like, free vacation, awesome dinner, potentially hot, handsome prince. Yeah. Twist my arm. I think I'll do that. I mean, because it's like, what is it about guys? Can we just discuss what is it about guys? We'll get back to blockchain, but what is it about guys not asking girls out? I have one guy who's like, he's like, he wants to go out with me. He's made it clear that he thinks I'm awesome and he can't wait to get together. And I'm thinking, that's the wrong sentence. The sentence is, are you free for dinner Friday night?
Yeah. So have you told him that?
No. I'm sorry. Did I mention 52? A little bit traditional. I am the woman, and I'm a type A, like very. I'm a lot.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I'm a man who can handle a lot and who literally, with just his essence and confidence and competence and intelligence, lets me sink into my feminine and be a girl,
Okay.
which rarely happens.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. RG3, no chance for you. Who's racist? Compatibility is learned by Q&A and building relationships. Match has been setting people up successfully for years. Yeah. Okay, so here's my match story. And this is why there's these issues. I was just divorced, just separated. And I found this guy on Match, Silicon Valley, founder, successful. I mean, you want to talk Prince Charming, drop dead gorgeous, amazing six-pack, super intelligent, and wanted to get married and just I mean, everything. And all I could think of was, oh, swoon. But the little hairs on the back of my neck were going, nope, 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 something, keep looking, keep looking.
Uh-huh.
So I did a reverse Google image search, and I found him on a website called Adult Friend Finder, which I had never seen before. This literally was my introduction to Adult Friend Finder. And I look and I match it up, and it's the same profile, same pictures, you know. But at the bottom, I noticed this little thing that was probably not going to work. The groups that he was a member of, 2 different groups that he was a member of, Please Come Fuck My Wife. So for years, he had been cuckolding other men and fucking their wives.
Uh-huh.
Well, he needed a wife so that he could actually experience the other side of that equation.
Okay.
That's when he needed to get married.
Okay.
That was not disclosed on Match.
Okay. And that wouldn't work for you.
I'm very discerning. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Yeah, it went back when they were first married, and I would so totally be their unicorn. Like, not a problem with that. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Because it was a lifestyle thing, not a one-off thing. Does that make sense? I'm very open-minded, but not for lifestyle. Like, yeah, I'll try anything once. If I like it, I'll do it again. If I don't, I won't. No judgment. That's the other thing. No judgment. So our app is no judgment. If your kinks and your quirks match, more power to you. You guys are going to have longevity, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other thing is, how many of you guys out there have been talking to somebody, find out it's a 45-year-old dude, not the 21-year-old hot chick you thought you were talking about? So men definitely need to have lots of sex. Well, I wore out the 28-year-old. So yes, they need to have lots of sex, but so do we women. And that's the other piece. You have to have a compatible libido. If you don't have a compatible libido, it is never going to work. It doesn't matter how wonderful. It doesn't matter how amazing the human is. It just doesn't matter, because one of you is going to feel neglected. And that's a recipe for disaster. So we avoid that. So there we go. Let's see. Well, I don't know if she is happy, but he is married. Haha. Well, that was snarky. I mean, true, but snarky.
All right, Adryenn. So do you remember when I came to see you when I was driving through to go stay with my friends in
alt Burning Man,
Kentucky? Yeah. Faux Burning Man.
Yeah, faux Burning Man.
Yeah,
COVID
so that
was Man is what it was. COVID safe Burning Man.
COVID safe Burning Man, yeah. So that was last August, right?
That long ago already?
Yeah. And do you remember me talking to you about a cryptocurrency then?
You were basically getting everyone to download a Hex wallet.
No, I wasn't, but I was talking about it and telling you to do your own research on it.
Right, which I never wrapped my head around, other than what I got was it's basically a crypto CD. So
what?
A crypto CD.
Yeah,
you put money in, you lock it up just like a certificate of deposit. You earn interest. Boom, great. And because it was early, which you're always early, because it was so early, the gains were crazy good. I was trying to find Richard's tweet because I'm writing an article about NFTs, and I'm updating. My last book was on ICOs for Minting the Future. Now I'm writing Minting the Future version 2 about NFTs, and I'm doing it with Lee Richter because she is launching a Comic-Con project with the founder of Comic-Con, Gareb Shamus. Holy mackerel! You want to talk about getting 500 million people globally into crypto all at once?
Mm-hmm. But you know what's funny is that there are a lot of people who are like anti-NFT, and you know who one of them is.
Well, yes, this is what I was saying. I was literally searching for Richard's tweet. He said, if you pay real money for a JPEG with a serial number, you deserve to lose all your money. That's why I was trying to find that tweet. And then when I was searching that tweet, I basically found about, I don't know, 5,000 websites that say Hex is a scam. So did something happen that I missed?
No, okay. So do you remember that when I came to talk to you about it,
Yeah.
that I told you that it was like the most hated cryptocurrency and that I really thought that everyone was dead wrong? Like I was like, this is like the first time that I've really been convinced that everyone who's saying this is wrong, and like here's why. Do you remember that at all?
Yes, because the contract was audited, because it was actually already audited 3 times. That the smart contract was super elegant and brilliant and bulletproof. I don't know if you said bulletproof. I heard bulletproof. You used a different word that wasn't quite so technically stringent. So yeah.
I think I just said that it was audited. Like it was
audited.
Yeah.
Right. But that doesn't mean that the people that are auditing are as smart as the person who wrote it, because when you end up having a mathematician savant type person write something and then someone goes to check their homework, their eyes might glaze over. So I'll think unless Hartaj is the one who did the audit from Hosho, it's an audit.
Okay.
If Hartaj says that's brilliant, I'm like, then yeah, there we go.
All right, guys. So they're saying NFTs equal bad dating sites.
Okay, let me tell you.
Hex good, NFTs bad. So
no. Let me tell you why I think NFTs are going to rule the world. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What we're seeing now is the sneakily creeping into mainstream vernacular and understanding that there is a thing called an NFT, and it is a blockchain thing, token that is a thing. That's as far as they've gotten so far. Okay. Now, art and music, they know what art and music is. So they're like, okay. That's why I wanted to do the smart ID, the sovereign digital ID in a dating app. Everybody knows what a dating app is. And then I could hit 100 million people pretty quick. Then I got 100 million wallets, right? Which is more. We only got 60 million wallets right now. And I think, 35 million users? I think that was the last stat that I looked at. So we're going to actually see NFTs dive user adoption into blockchain. However, what we're seeing now is literally just kind of the spark of the nugget of a potential idea. What NFTs are going to be used for in my projects is actually community building, rewards, loyalty, up-leveling, access, and those kinds of, not just a piece of art. So we've gamified the whole thing to drive movement and user adoption and community. And that's what I think the next wave of NFT will be for. And then you'll look at the architecture and you'll go, oh, no, that works. Because it's not just a JPEG with a serial number. That, I think. Did you see? Oh my God, Curdy just tweeted this. I just retweeted this on Twitter. A red square just sold for $900,000.
Okay, but so that kind of thing is like, that's not even a question of
people are just like being crazy and buying NFTs. That is whether they're money laundering, obviously. Like
they could be, absolutely. We had a great legal discussion. But here's the thing. No, they could just be so rich, they're stupid and they want to say they own it. Because here's the deal. Who bought the banana taped to a wall?
I can see universities issuing NFT diplomas too. I think that there are actually very real enterprise NFT solutions.
You realize we've been putting wedding licenses in Nevada on the blockchain. Basically, we could NFT the license. It would be it's already on the blockchain.
Money laundering is good. Yeah, you're right.
Money laundering is not good. That was the legal conversation we had with Alexander Damasker yesterday, which was awesome.
Okay.
Which is, how is it not money laundering, right? How do you prove it's not? So if you don't have full KYC and AML, obviously if you're going into an art store and you're buying a poster, no big, that's just a retail purchase. But if you're buying something that is investment grade, say $1,000 or $5,000, what is that threshold where you need to collect full KYC AML before delivering the goods? Well, that's not how an NFT works. So then you would have to have that built into the platform that everyone is actually a known quantity. Well, that's, again, where my user ID comes in, because with my ID, we can plug it in just like the Facebook app login and the Google app login and all that. They plug that in, and that is literally full KYC AML. And so every blockchain should actually put that in there. and attach that to their account and go, yes, we have the full information for who this human is.
Hey, RG, you want to come jump in here with this attitude? I mean, like, I'm pretty sure you told me last week that we were about to launch some NFTs. What's going on with you?
Crypto voting, yes, please. Are you jumping in?
So what's next?
Corporate structures, it already is. And imagine, okay, just think about this, right? I mean, Elon Musk, he joked about Doge being like the currency of choice. We could actually make something like that happen. Think about this. What if we launched a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization? I tried to do this talk at RSA like 12, 13. How old was my kid? So 12 years ago. It was the undefeatable distributed architecture in the age of WikiLeaks. What happens when you can't stop the information flow because there's too many things? And then I was talking about this a while ago. People who've watched all my stuff will actually remember when I talked about the Hydra protocol, but I'm not going to go into it because I think I'm actually going to do it right now, but it was a safety mechanism. Captain RG3, I love it.
Welcome.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning.
Can we talk about voting and election certainty, and why the fuck am I getting banned for saying every U.S. citizen over the age of 18 and still living should have the easy and the easy way to vote and access the ballot box and certainty that their ballot was actually counted and cast and tabulated correctly.
Where are you being banned from?
All over. I'm not allowed to say that.
Well, there's a lot of canceling going on all sides about every coin here. So,
but that's my problem. I'm a sensible middle, and because I haven't taken a side, I'm not allowed to speak.
By the way, why you got me all big? I don't like being big.
I like
being like equal to everybody. Okay. First of all, Adryenn, welcome.
Thank you.
You're lovely, and you are pirate as fuck. Thank you.
Oh. You give me permission to be pirate, babe, I'm going to put rum in my cup.
Oh yeah. You have permission. That's what we do around here. Well, actually, this is Nicole's show, so I don't want to.
I was going to say, where am I?
So you are on Building Bridges, and this show is about establishing relationships between communities and community members that have been damaged by some, I don't know, things that have happened over the last.
But this is literally how they have trained society, right? You're either on one side or you're the other. I'm a sensible middle, and they're like, well, you don't belong to either of us. I'm like, good riddance. Okay.
So Building Bridges is kind of an offshoot of Discourse Syndicate, which is a Hex show. It's about open conversations with Hex community members about what's going on with Hex, and they have a effing hangout, and it's pirate themed. Pirate.
Okay, so.
No, I'm the captain.
I Googled trying to find Richard.
He's the captain, yeah.
and I found all the hate. So Hex don't care, right?
Let me back into this situation here real quick, or this conversation.
Okay.
So first of all, I think I respect I'm a little older than you, but I respect your age, because that just means that you have a lot of experience and you're woke from what you're saying. You're explaining real life situations and experiences out there that are going on, and so you're an intelligent woman. And what I find that is happening out there is a lot of people who are intelligent, especially people our age. We've found this new thing, the internet, as far as education, because now we're just like soaking it up like sponges. Because when we were growing up, we didn't have shit like this. In our 20s and 30s, it was, you had to find a fucking book. And if you didn't read, you're shit out of luck. You ended up like me, just go work your life away and all that stuff. Right. Yeah. So here we are soaking up all this information, and we've got to be very careful. Like you said, a word called discernment. You have to be very careful and very in tune with your discernment, because there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of rabbit holes, and there's a lot of them in disguise.
Yes. Okay. That was the whole thing. They're all in disguise.
Exactly.
And sometimes the people don't even know that they have been hoodwinked, and they are now true believers, and they are now proliferating untruth, because it actually fits what they believe. And if you present them with information, evidence, data, statistics. I used to work at Fair Isaac. I literally did all the validation studies, hundreds of millions of records, validating all the scorecards that give you your credit score. And then I also broke into banks for a living. So when it comes to this whole security thing, yeah, I always got all the money. So I don't believe that there is such a thing, which is why I like blockchain. Because then at least if you lose your shit, you know where it went.
Yeah, but let me take that back up one step and maybe explain something to you that you can understand.
Awesome.
That I'm trying to teach the younger generation, because once they get this, then it's to the moon with everything, with the 21st century, because we've got all these tools, and I just want them to take us to the 21st century and quit fucking going backwards like they have been, because these young people are smart. They're very, very smart and have a lot of tools at their disposal, but they're getting hung up on bullshit, and that's what I'm trying to help dispel. Let me just clean my glasses real quick. I'm sorry. It's early morning. I've only got a few minutes. I've got to go do honeydews, but let me explain this thought. So one of the things that you and I have, Adryenn, that a lot of people don't have is a lot of experience with human beings. We've spent a lot of time with other human beings in either close relationships, work relationships, family relationships. So we've seen a lot of different scenarios, and had a lot of different outcomes, and good and bad and all that kind of stuff. So we have a lot of experience with humans and personalities. And what we need to do with this internet thing is look at the people behind these things and actually start to study them and understand them and make a personal relationship with them in whatever way we can. So what I did in the blockchain was I was disgusted with crypto. Like all the things that you're explaining, I've done. I've been in crypto I've been watching crypto since 2010. Okay, I was a video game. I had a platform that was connected to video games, and so
I was actually.
What's that?
I was actually a video game. I was Antiquity, and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh, cool. I live in Southern California, so you know.
Yeah.
What I saw was all the things that you just said. Okay, you know, the voting and the DAOs and the NFTs replacing diplomas and all these things, all these wonderful things they've been talking about for the last 10 years.
But they won't do it because that would give us certainty, and that would have an audit trail. And Lordy, imagine what would happen.
So there you go.
We had 323 minors under the age of 18 vote, and their votes were tabulated in this last election. People go, so what? And I'm like, no, you don't understand. We also had over 3,000 people over the age of 100. We don't have that many people over the age of 100.
I think that's one topic that we specifically are banned from discussing on this
show. This is about ideas. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about data certainty. This is what the blockchain promises us, is complete audit trails, right?
But you got to understand that you're not going to get that as adoption, because what we've had as far as adoption in crypto is speculation. We've adopted speculation. What happened?
That's not the highest and best use that will serve all.
You can eat shit and bark at the moon all day long and stand there and yell at the wall, but guess what? It's not going to do anything. So how do you best position yourself within this?
Get them laid. They'll do it because they want to get laid. And then they've already done it before they realize, oh my God, this is the problem solver for the rest of everything. I'm getting them laid first. That's how I convince them to get a digital ID. And then we implement it and expand it. You have to give them what they want, sell them what they want, give them what they need.
But see, what you're doing is you're giving the young men with the testosterone issue access, but don't forget who runs the thing. It's all the old guys that don't have a testosterone issue anymore.
I have 50 applications to implement this into, and trust me, their wives will do the shopping apps. There's all sorts of, I've got most of the country covered. Mm-hmm. I do. We just got
okay. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to back you into a better research tool. Okay. So what's that?
He said, I'm trying to back you into. I said, I know. I see the corner.
It's not a corner. I'm actually trying to help you, because this is what I realized. And I'm not here to shill hex or anything like that. I'm here to say, I need allies like you, because this younger generation, with all these tools and as smart as they are and as woke as they are, and all the good stuff that I see them wanting to do, they have to learn, if they have to get a few tools under their belt. And what I'm saying is like I said, you're smart and you've gone down some of these rabbit holes. And what happens is we get tripped up because we haven't used the one thing, our intuition, that really is what folks our age should be doing, is using our intuition to create discernment in what is going on out there. A lot of times we can sit there and look at good articles or good websites and things that look credible to us, and that's our intuition side giving us discernment. But what we fail to realize is that we're being tricked and we're being fooled and we're being run down these rabbit holes, and we end up in a dead end. So we have to back up and go, okay, I need to find out who these people are. Who is they that's involved in this? The they to this is where we have to start showing people how to do research. So what I did was, when I got into crypto and I saw crypto with all these wonderful, wonderful things, I understand what you're saying, because it is. I think that if we had a voting system that was based on the blockchain, we would have, like you said, data surety.
I just want every single person working in the election process to have their own login and password.
Perfect.
And an actual audit trail on the blockchain.
But you're not going to get that right now.
No.
You're not going to get that right now. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, because you can sit, like I said, eat shit and bark at the moon, but it ain't going to do nothing for you.
Right.
Because we both know that. In fact, everybody in crypto knows that. But what's happening out there? What is really going on? Well, how are you going to position yourself better in the future? Well, you've got to utilize this thing for what it's worth right now. Yeah. So what I did was this. I said, okay, crypto is a shit show. It's a big circus with a bunch of P.T. Barnums running it. You got a bunch of smart guys on one end. I mean, like extremely smart guys on one end. And then you've got a bunch of charlatan drug dealer freaking marketing guys on the other end that got a hold of these smart guys. So I call it the Breaking Bad syndrome. That's what we have in crypto. And you ain't going to mess with the Breaking Bad guys because they got this shit. And the smart guys are just going to keep doing their bidding and shutting up, and nobody is going to do anything, right? So I said, I'm out of here.
Disturber, I'm in WikiLeaks.
What's that?
I said, I'm the shit disturber. I'm in WikiLeaks.
Well, good.
Yeah, no.
So here's what I did. And this is why I do what I do. Okay. So I said, crypto's a shit show. Yeah. There isn't anybody that I trust, because the smart guys aren't talking and the guys that are talking are bullshitting. Yeah. So what do I do? And I was looking for my intuition to kick in with all of these different, I watched Hoskinson's, I watched Vitalik, I watched all these people talking. I've watched all the influencers talking. I heard nothing but crap coming out of them all. And then I stumbled across Richard, and I heard him talk, and I go, okay, look at this guy. He looks like a charlatan. He looks like one of these assholes. And then I heard him say a couple things, and my discernment and my intuition started kicking in. And I go, wait a minute, this guy's actually, I can tell he's got a heart and he's a good person, but he's fucking with people, and he's smart.
For fun.
So I said, okay, this is a guy that I can see. I grew up in the streets of LA. So in order to survive, you had to learn people very, very fast and learn how to position them in your life very, very fast, or else you got ate up out there. So I looked at Richard like, okay, I like this guy. This guy's smart. This guy's good. He's saying some things that are fucking with people, but you know what? That's really just his game. You know, it's his game. Now, how do you position yourself in that game? Well, I'm going to watch this guy. So I started watching hours and hours and hours of his videos. Right. And at that point, it became, even though we didn't have interaction, I saw little things in his personality that started throwing up my intuition side, my flags, going, this guy's good. This guy's smart. This guy knows what he's talking about. And then I started seeing things like, holy shit, this is the smartest guy in crypto. Holy shit, this guy's really going to do something good in crypto. And then I said, oh my gosh, he's launching his own product. Okay, I might stay in crypto long enough to watch what this guy does. Yeah. So I did. And I followed it a little bit, and life went on, and my bags went down to nothing. And I watched all the talk about this wonderful thing, this DAO, this, that, all just crap out and not do anything for anybody. And I said, yeah, they're all still bullshitting. They're all still bullshitting. And then when Richard was ready to launch his project, Hex, I saw all of the talking heads freak out.
Oh,
they freaked.
They
freaked. And all of these scam sites came up. And I was like, wait, were they listening to the same shit that I was listening to for the last few months? I mean, I listen to all you guys and I know what you guys have done. Literally, the same people that were calling him a scammer were promoting scam coins one week.
Right.
When everybody got scammed, they moved on to the next one the next week, like they never said anything about the other scam coin.
Correct.
All the while calling Richard a scammer. So I said, okay, there's something going on here. And my 53-year-old intuition turned into, you know what? I'm going to get out there and start countering some of this bullshit that's going on out there. And I'm going to create a channel that is going to start a community that is going to start countering this crap. And that's what I did. And that's what Discourse Syndicate was, is we were all going to talk about money and crypto and the use cases for crypto. And Hex was going to be, we were going to circle around Hex and talk to people about something that was real, a finished product, an immutable contract. The only thing that has value in crypto, which is price go up, Richard built a product that does that. Now, are there other products and other things that crypto can do or blockchain could do? Oh, hell yeah. But guess what? It's not there yet. And this was a very simple product that needed to be introduced back into crypto so that they can unfuck this mess that's out there. So that's what Hex was to me. And that's why I built the community. And that's why we have three different streams now. We have the Friday night hangout for everybody to come in. Anybody who wants to come in and debate or I open it up to I put the damn link on Twitter. You know, hey, come on in and talk. If you've got something to say about the Hex product, about us, about anything, let's have an open discussion about it. And nobody does. They don't do it. They just don't come in.
So this is, let me tell you what I notice and recognize about Richard is he does say provocative things on purpose. Number one, to start conversations, but number two, he's perfectly capable of standing in the fire. So am I. I went to 110 million reach globally, 74 million in the US in 2015, making a commentary about smoking in cars with kids because the new law said that's now illegal. And it was 50% people going, you can't quash my rights, and 50% going, anybody who smokes in cars with kids should be arrested. Like literally it was 50-50 divided, which I thought was really interesting. And so, but I had to stand in the fire with 1 million comments and 650,000+ shares. And then every year it would go viral again on Facebook. It was hilarious. But he can stand in the fire. I don't know how many people could still remain as confident and certain, because that's what he actually represents. He's completely congruent and very certain, even with 5,000 websites out there calling him a scam artist, which if you audit the smart contract isn't actually possible. So that's what I think is really interesting. I don't know who named them Hexicans. I think that's hilarious. Did you do that? Yeah, that is freaking hilarious. It is a cult. It is phenomenal, and I think it's great. And I love that they say it's the morning pirate pump. This audience, can I just say, like Maddie going, smash the likes, you rich Hexicans. I mean, the audience are engaged not only with you in the show, but also with each other. I mean, it's crazy good.
It's a community. Yeah, it is.
It's definitely a really strong community, and it's a community that has helped, some other projects as well, and really like kind of gets shit on for helping other people. Like it's really been rough. It's really been bad. Yeah, but it is. I mean, come on, RG. You've said it's starting to change. There are people opening, like at least think.
People are because not because of us. I'm going to say that right now, not because of us, because you're absolutely correct, Adryenn, that this community has turned into. I hate using the word cult, but it is a community. It is a community that's tight. And yes,
So RG, the reason that Adrienne's saying that it's cult is because not like
No,
it's not as an insult, but it actually
No, I
fits
know.
every necessary definition down to the money, man. Like, I mean, like that's the point where you can no longer argue is that people's money, people's life savings is on
you're
the
absolutely,
line.
you're
So, like,
absolutely
saying
correct.
that it's not a cult is ridiculous. Okay.
No. And I, like I said, I just don't like using the word because the word has been used against us.
Pejorative, I know, but listen, as a marketer, we literally design projects to generate a cult following. So in marketing, a cult following is actually like the pinnacle of success.
Well, that's what I've done, you know, for the last 15 years. I was a high level, diamond level network marketer in a couple of different businesses.
Look at Tesla.
So I understand
Tesla's a cult. Like, it's
of
okay.
course.
Tesla is a complete cult. It has taken over Silicon Valley. It is absolutely a complete cult. So I, on the other hand, so my next book, version 2 of Minting the Future, is on NFTs. What I look at, I mean, Waves was in my first book, right? So clearly, I don't even know what the fuck is going on with Waves. I haven't heard anything. So I'm going through my first book going, who did I talk about? And are they still alive? Because that was like the big thing is years later with all of this money, did the project ever get completed? So what I look at is functionality. Like if you look at Chromia, they've been around since 2012. The founders are freaking ballers. Like, and I'm neurodivergent myself, but I spent a lot of time making sure that I could be social and communicate. But these guys are definitely like, I can talk to them. They're wicked, wicked smart. So this product, your NFTs, and I don't know who said it before, but NFTs in video games, absolutely. And with Chromia, their NFT platform launches in about a month. And you can make an NFT, you can make skins, you can make weapons that only have 3 uses. Like they can be used 3 times. You can use it once and then sell it on the secondary market. The next person gets the 2 uses. Your NFTs can wear NFTs. This is my mother. Your NFTs can wear, it's 10 o'clock, man. She knows, don't call me before 10 o'clock. And she called me exactly at 10 o'clock. Your NFTs can wear NFTs. So what I look at with these platforms in the development cycle is what is the functionality that they have and how can I plug that in? Which one is best suited to the community that I want to build when it comes to functionality? Like on Cred, K-R-E-D, they've been around 20 years. Empire.cred is a game. I'm Adryenn.cred. I've been on it forever. But they just launched an NFT platform 3 weeks ago. It's meant for mainstream people. They already have millions and millions of users. And you can drop an NFT like a membership card. And then if you want to, you can literally drop bonus NFTs or commemorative things to anybody who owns it. So there's these little bits and pieces of NFT functionality that can be used for community building. Mm-hmm. So that's where I see, that's where I wonder, does Hex have add-on? Is it only money or could we build, but Hex is built on it. It's a layer 2.
Hex is built. It's done. And it's going to fork. It's getting ready to fork ETH. We're going to fork ETH. When I say we, I mean Richard.
So basically, what you're saying is buy my Hex now, because the minute that you fork ETH, like game on. Or is it going to be? And it's staking.
Yes.
Yeah. So then it's not the. So basically, what you're saying is Hex is going to fork and no longer be subject to the CryptoKitties phenomenon, which means the world fucking stops.
Exactly. So yeah, and the NFTs have caused a lot of this problem. Look, I'm gonna use NFTs in a promo here pretty soon. I will use NFTs. Now here's the NFT world and the crypto world needs people like you going out there and promoting it and working on the things that do work. Versus the things that don't work, which is $69 million NFT doesn't work. But the little functionalities that you're talking about do work. But it's going to take a long time for those adoptions. Crypto's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Wait, hold on, girl. I gotta
say something, please. Yeah. This is my show, damn it.
No, I've got to go. I've really got to go. So go ahead. Go.
Okay. So Adryenn and I were in a clubhouse room. It was Adrienne's clubhouse room when we were talking about NFTs, and there are like Grammy award-winning artists in there wanting to learn about putting their music on NFTs, and we're able to transition.
Why?
Because somebody sold. And let me talk before you.
Somebody sold an NFT for $69 million, so they want to know. They have.
I kicked RG out.
They have absolutely no clue what it's about. I will let you finish talking, but what I'm saying is it's all hype right now. It's all
No,
hype.
those are marketing stunts. You're not
Exactly. Marketing, stunt, and hype are the same thing, my dear.
No. It's a stunt. Buying a Banksy, digitizing it, turning it into an NFT, and having Banksy supervise burning it. That is a stunt. But what are we doing? The conversation is now into the mainstream. Now, how do we take advantage of that?
Yeah, can you please let me finish talking now, please? Please.
Go
I know
ahead.
you have to go, and I mean, like,
Go
I feel
ahead.
like I've earned a turn.
Go
You've earned a
ahead.
turn. I'm going to
Okay.
listen to you while I make coffee.
Okay.
Okay, you talk.
So not you, RG. So what Adryenn and I are saying is, like, we're in a room talking, you know, artists want to learn about putting their music into NFTs, and there are Grammy award-winning artists in this room. And then we transition the conversation and start talking about DeFi. And I'm able to mention Hex. And now there are Grammy award-winning artists who have heard about Hex, who maybe, you know, will go start doing some of their own research. And that is a good thing, because can you
I'm
imagine
not
if
saying
we have,
that
no,
it's
can
not
you
a good
imagine if we have
thing.
award-winning artists
We're
creating
doing
Hex,
the
like
same-
Hex materials? Like,
We're
what?
doing the same thing. What I'm telling you, we were having a conversation about NFTs and their functionality and their existence in the world today. Just like, look, I was in an ICO that was trying to help Grammy award-winning artists try and put their music and give them control of their music.
Which one?
You know, 3 years ago.
Economy and
I'm not going to say it because I own the damn thing and it went to zero. I'm not going to
went
say
to
the
zero?
exact name of it. What?
How long was it? Music Coin? Because that went open source. Then that went to Music.
No. I wasn't in that one. I was in something different. But like I'm saying, these technologies exist for a long time for crypto to utilize, and they haven't. Just like NFTs right now. Yes, we're seeing hype and all. Now we have to use them.
Use that hype. Let's use that hype, though, instead of
I'm
talking
not
shit about it. Let's use
you're
it.
saying exactly what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Is that these things are hype. These things do bring people into crypto for good things like Hex, which is the only thing I know that's working in crypto right now, because everything else is either promise coin, something that's not finished, something that is a scam, or something that's trying to help people get into exchanges so that they can go and make the exchange owners rich and wealthy, because the only people who are wealthy in crypto are founders and exchange owners. That's it. That's it.
So
Everybody else is speculation. Everybody else is trading.
No.
Nope. I'm not going to listen to it, because you can tell me all you want about crypto. They've had 10 years to unfuck this mess, and they still haven't done it yet.
Crypto. Here's what I'm
Blockchain.
saying. What I am driving in the mainstream consciousness is the functionality and capabilities. There is a difference between Microsoft Word and Word Perfect. One drives me fucking batshit, and you have to use it in the legal industry. And the other one is great. And then I have to go to Google Docs, and I'm missing 90% of my functionality, and it drives me crazy. Same thing with Pages. They're just different. They work differently. What do? They put words on a document that you can then print. They all do the same thing, just very differently. When we're driving blockchain adoption, we have to look at what is it going to do, not how much is it going to be worth. Not the speculation. 90% of the country.
That's what I'm saying. But what is it?
It has to be based on functionality. The one thing that Hex has going for it is that it's stupid simple. It's a CD on the blockchain.
Which is awesome. And nobody's saying that there's everybody's here saying positive things about it.
But see, that's not what I'm not trying to defend. I'm not trying to defend Hex. What I'm trying to say is that what you're doing right now with trying to educate people on blockchain is what they've been doing for 10 years.
No.
They've been doing it for 10 years.
They're not educating.
And it hasn't gone anywhere yet.
Because they're not doing it right. I am not educating them.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They haven't done it right.
Listening. I am not trying to educate the mainstream who don't understand. I teach hedge funds and family offices how to do due diligence in blockchain. What I'm doing with consumers and mainstream people is I am building applications that they understand, that are familiar, that they will use, that will naturally put them on blockchain, and from there expand their knowledge. But until they have experienced it, it is literally like, oh no, I don't know what that is, and they're going to stay away. So I'm driving into these with this user ID. The dating app is the first one. I have 50 more that will literally proliferate throughout the entire world, and especially throughout the country. And then all of a sudden, everybody has the ID already. And then the government has no excuse to say we can't afford to We can't do it. We can't. Yeah, you can. Because you know how the easiest way to eliminate homelessness? Get them a fucking ID and the ability to work. They've proved that, but they don't know how to do it. We solved that. That's one of our.
They don't want to do it.
This is my whole point. We're no longer asking for permission. We're going to, if necessary, ask for forgiveness. We're doing it. We're literally through all of these applications going to launch blockchain into the mainstream usage. I'm all about use, not about speculation. Because here's the thing. I suck at that. I had to get wax. I had to go to KuCoin. I literally saw this dashboard full of numbers. My eyes rolled in the back of my head. And I used to work at Bateman Eichler Hill Richards. I literally worked in the stock market. And I look at that and I go, I'm not a trader. I'm not a day trader. I don't like it. It's not my jam. I'm dyslexic. That also doesn't help. So I don't want to do that. But
it's hard.
Right? So I want to
really hard in crypto.
Focus on mainstream adoption. They don't have to know how it works. It just works and it solves their problem. Boom, done. That's the first nugget that I'm working on. Everybody trying to educate mainstream people, it's literally like trying to talk them into a cult. It's like saying that, I don't want to mention a particular cult because I like living. So, it's like saying that, you should come join us and donate all of your money and wear robes.
You need Hex in your life.
Did you put a wallet? I don't know what.
I did. So there was the guy that you were dating at that time. And I put a wallet. I made him. He got an Edge wallet, and we added Hex to his Edge wallet. We added a custom token to his Edge wallet. But he messaged me a couple of times on Snapchat after that, and on Twitter for traders to follow. And I found him some traders to follow. And sent him some information like links to stuff about Hex, but I don't think that he ever bought it. Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I handed you my phone and said,
Good. Well, fix that. So I'm going to go because I have to go do something for my lovely wife.
Hex and prevent me from having to go through the pain and suffering I just did getting waxed.
And that's a whole nother problem. So we want to bring mainstreamers into crypto, but we've got to do this. We've got to do this whole production for them to get in and the onboarding process. So, I mean, it's not there. If they still haven't fixed that, then we've got a long way to go. But so let me just say, I think, Adryenn, that you are awesome. And it was really nice having you on here. I'm going to get going. You're woke. And I like that. And I think that you and I have more agreement than disagreement, to be honest. I think that you're just kind of pushing up against me because I'm trying to explain the same thing you're trying to explain. I want all these things to come to fruition. I want blockchain to be part of our lives. But what I am is a realist. And what I am is, like I said, I've understood the people in the crypto space.
Thinking that. I may be Simon Cowell in pitch competitions and make people cry because I'm like the truth bomb girl, but I'm a cheerleader. When I love something, I'm going to focus on that.
And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm doing here.
Expands. So as long as you're focusing on all the shit disturbers and the people not doing, then you're just going to see more of that. So let's focus on what works, what's driving the market. What are the great
exactly? That's what I'm doing here. That's why I focus my energy on Hex, because I know what's working. I know who's good in the space, and I want to be part of it. And that's why I've done what I've done. And that's why this show's sitting here, because that's what I've done. I've brought people to the table that know what they're talking about. I've brought people to the table that want crypto to be better. They want blockchain to be introduced to the world. And so far, this is all that I've seen. Now, I know there's a lot of other blockchain technologies out there that can help the world, but they're not ready yet. And until we get it out of the hands of the assholes that are scamming people, we're not going to be able to bring adoption. But I love the work that you're doing and who you are. And it's good that we have people like you out there doing that cheerleading, because they need people like you and I out there. Period. End of story. That's what they need.
Period. End
so
of story.
Thanks, Adryenn. I got to go work for the the boss here. Yeah. And Nicole, love you. Awesome show.
Love you too. I'm glad.
I don't know why you invited me in.
You were being combative, and I was like, "You need to come in here, RG. You got something to talk about?"
I wasn't being combative. I was just being snarky.
I do snark well. I can stand in the fire, and that's one thing I do respect about Richard. I think he pokes the dog on purpose sometimes just to see what happens. which I kind of find hilarious. So,
all right, ladies, I'm leaving.
Bye,
Take care. Have
Archie.
fun.
Bye.
My dog is a multi-poo. Toblerone. He's a multi-poo. I just moved also.
Yes.
What?
Toblerone said waxing can be painful. Yeah, especially a bikini wax, a Brazilian bikini wax. Imagine your legs are out like this, and somebody.
So okay, speaking of painful beauty procedures and that kind of thing, we were talking about Botox yesterday.
I haven't had any. I'm completely untouched for a year and a half.
Yeah, and I was like, Adryenn, I have had injectables and Botox in the last month. Do you remember? And I was like, I'm gorgeous. Yeah.
That shouldn't happen.
That's nothing.
You don't have bangs. I at least have bangs to cover it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's nothing. It's really nothing. But that is sort of what we were getting at earlier in this, having this conversation about the difference. Just one, example of the difference in the way that genders think and why that would apply and work in cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this was a good call. Thanks, Adryenn.
Oh, it was super fun. Great.
What else? What else should we? I prefer never to risk botulism.
Okay, no, but here's the deal with Botox. I get migraines. I also can't take drugs, like any. I have a gene mutation. It basically makes everything 10x. So a tiny little bit for a 6-month baby. That's all the anesthesia I need. They are always amazed, and I never need more. But if they give me more, then they're pulling out the crash cart. So that's not a good thing. So I don't take drugs, but I get migraines. And I'm also needle phobic, but my neurologist got me to get the fuck over it. 35 shots in my head every 6 months, no migraines for 10 years. It was awesome. I had these huge sweat rings under my arm by the time they were done with the shots, but I got no migraines. So for me, I'm a fan.
So you also use it for beauty reasons.
Well, I used to have a crevice right here that I called the Beverly, which is my former husband's ex-wife. And it was, this just deep crevice. And then we Botoxed that and this. And pretty much forehead. I don't need much. I'm Irish. We don't age. So I know. Sorry. But okay, wait. So I have questions for your audience. Can I ask?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Polling. So everybody get ready to type because I need your answers because I'm making decisions about which blockchains to use for which projects. So, have you heard of Chromia? That one is geared a lot towards gamification and video games.
Some of them have heard of Chromia, of course, because the company that I work for was representing them, but is no longer representing them. So some of them have heard of it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So your answer is Hex. Hex can't be used right now for what Adryenn's trying to do. So let's be reasonable.
Yes, I'm looking for functionality of blockchain. Tezos just launched their NFT platform. Have you seen it, heard it? What do you think of Tezos in general? And am I pronouncing it right? Because it came out.
I've heard it both Tezos and Tezos.
Tezos. It is actually Tezos. Sorry. Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, most of them, a lot of this audience is very, very Hex maximal.
Hex maximalists. Okay. Have you heard of, what's the other one that I was looking? Oh, okay. Bitcoin Cash. Do you have experience with Bitcoin Cash? They have the ability to mint NFTs that are, it's actually, you have to code your functionality into it, but it's only 5 cents an NFT. It's Bitcoin Cash, so it's not going anywhere. But it is a little bit complicated because it runs off IPFS and you have to host your own node and do this other stuff. But what is your experience with Bitcoin Cash? Less volatile than Bitcoin?
So my friend Amaris is saying that she would use
Bitcoin Cash.
That she would use Matic and Polygon, and that's actually what brought up the DeFi conversation in the Club House NFT room that we were in.
So I literally just dived in. I'm bringing over. There's a company that does. Well, you talked to him, Jason. Jason thought you were amazing, and Jason's one of my smartest friends, and he thought you were freaking baller.
Yay!
Yeah. I love bringing you in, and they literally go, "Oh, young, perky, blonde girl," and they totally underestimate the words that are about to come out of your mouth, and their jaws just go, You argue with them in this sweet voice, in this sweet way, and your demeanor is just so pleasant and happy and charming, and they're like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Thank you.
Like,
that's what I try to do.
Oh, you succeed, honey. You totally succeed. I'm like, yeah, you just got laid out. That's what happened.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great. No, Jason loved you. So Matic, now Polygon, we're definitely looking at that because he does the music rights licensing, and that is not a blockchain based project. So they're going to put it on the blockchain and tokenize it. So when I look at NFTs, I'm not looking at art. I mean, I did mint some. You can go to SociaTap, social without an L, sociatap.com/Adryenn. And in there it says, my NFTs for sale. And there's just a few that are like, it was testing. I'm like, I have to mint something, so I might as well make something so that I can test the process, the complication, the price, the functionality, what can I add into it, and things like that. So I'm looking for functionality and certainty. So lack of volatility. Like I never want to get hit with CryptoKitties, because when I went to release my app in 2017, it was like right on the
Hex Pulse Chain. I can't wait for Hex Pulse Chain, guys. That's going to be amazing. Do you know about this? Do you know why they're saying that it's going to be called the Hex Pulse Chain?
No.
You guys, someone want to?
I'm almost afraid to ask.
Yeah.
With the look on your face, it sounds like it might be XXX rated.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, I guess it's not that bad. I think Richard once said that after someone climaxes, they should count the number of pulses. And I can't. It's like your heartbeat, right? Cleans hearts pulsate. Yeah, your heartbeats. And then there was a number, and it just everybody thought that it was either disgusting or hilarious, and some combination of both. Double X. Yeah.
People who thought it was disgusting are probably people who have never had aftershocks.
Yeah.
When you're lying there for 30 minutes and you can't control the muscles in your face, that's a good one. That's what the OGs came from.
So that's what they're saying. That's what Hex Pulse Chain is going to be.
14 pulses. That's pretty good. Hex Pulse. Is that what it's called? H3X Pulse?
No, I think they're just throwing stuff around right now. Nothing is
double X, not triple. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Adryenn. So, by the way, I'm going to have an NFT. I opened this necklace while I was on the phone, and it's like replica of the Titanic heart.
Oh, nice.
And there's going to be I'm going to have an NFT on Titanic Day.
When is Titanic Day?
April 14th.
Are you shitting me? I have less than 2 weeks. We have original footage from the Titanic. We're actually putting the NFT thing together. So thank you for for my next 2 weeks. Titanic Day is April 14th. We literally have the guy who is, anyway, we have the fuck. Okay.
They didn't want nude ladies promoting Hex, and yet the Hex boys are okay getting into the Verge niche with Hex Pulse Chain. Them boys are hypocrites. When did they not want nude ladies promoting Hex?
I don't want nude ladies promoting Hex. I don't want the Obama girls. I want smart ladies promoting Hex.
But listen,
to counter all of the crypto sexualization, I am perfectly willing to say it's fine if the guys want to bring me pina coladas shirtless with six packs. So you need to balance it out, and I've got a couple decades worth of hot Chippendales guys bringing me pina coladas to make up for all of the chicks in the strip clubs and the Lambos.
Do you remember when I was there though? When I came and I was like, "Can I do a bikini Hex video, a bikini Hex TikTok?" And you were like, "Yeah, I give you permission to do that."
But you are smart. you are disarming them with the bikini, and then you're dropping truth. That's fine. I don't want a bikini model, booth babe, who doesn't understand what she's standing in front of. That's what I object to. Mm-hmm. No, if they happen to be people like you and people walk up, because hot chick walk up, talk, and then she literally goes.
Well, guess what? Guess what? Like, for the Hex TikTok, Andreas Antonopoulos blocked me.
Really?
Yep.
He blocked you because he doesn't like Hex, or he doesn't like Hex? He's anti-Hex. I know. Pro Nicole, but.
Yeah, but because he doesn't like Hex and because he doesn't like, you know, women who use sexualization. But like, you know, sometimes like, I don't know, maybe you should listen when someone, you know, like, and why do we always have to agree anyway? To not be blocked. Like, isn't that just creation of like an ultra? He blocks a lot of people, guys. That's why I'm bringing this up, is like, because that's just the creation of this like ultra echo chamber, and that shit needs to stop.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Anyway, we've gone on for a really long time. Adryenn, you have been an amazing guest. Thank you for doing this. Do you have anything else that you want to
not do them so early? I mean, girl, I'm like 1.5 cups in, man. I need another cup and a half, and then I'll be on fire. It's now after 10 o'clock, so I can be nice.
Well, we should do a Clubhouse later.
Oh, we can do a Clubhouse later.
All right, ping me and or send me a text.
Titanic Day is April 14th. Okay, just so you know, thank you in advance. You probably just made me $10 million because I would have missed Titanic Day.
All right, so I get a cut, right?
I'm dragging your ass on the project. Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
No, don't even. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Adryenn, it's at Adryenn, at ADRYENN. That is her Twitter. That is everywhere.
Yeah. Although on Facebook, the Adryenn is my profile, not my page. My page is Adryenn Ashley, because pages came after profiles, and of course I always secure.
You're right, Amris. 100%. You know, you remember Amris, right?
Yes, I do. Hi.
Okay, so she said it should not be a man's place to say what is sexualized or not, because pros can rock bikinis. Like, what the fuck? You're right. 100%, Amris.
Oh no. I'm not saying it should be a man's place. I'm saying, as a woman, if a woman is going to be representing crypto, remember, crypto vixens, I just want her to be able to open her mouth and blow their minds. Mm-hmm. Not giving blowjobs. Right. That's my point, right? And again, literally, I'm friendly with the intimate token. I love them. I love what they're doing for sex workers. I live in a state where it's legal. I have zero issue with that. What I have an issue with is the mainstream people misunderstanding what crypto is.
Yeah, I know.
You don't need a bikini model to sell a Lambo. Trust me on that. The Lambo sells itself.
Yeah, no. So Amris is just saying she was drop a link for Adryenn's NFTs. Do you have your Do you have a link for your NFTs?
Yes, it's in my sociotap, sociotap.com/NFT.
Can you drop a link in the chat right now?
I don't know. No, I don't.
Okay. So. All right.
I can text it to you.
Okay. Hold on. Then I'm not. You can post it on Twitter.
You're so cute. It's caffeinated. Yes.
Yes. That's a good idea. Yes, we're on the same page. Yes, of course we are, Amris. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. This has been an awesome episode of Building Bridges. If you're on Clubhouse and you want to come hang out with us later, follow us both on Clubhouse. We have the same names on Twitter, and we're going to talk later. Adryenn, text me if I don't respond to a ping. If you need an invitation to Clubhouse, I have a bunch of them. Send me a message on Twitter.
I have 8.
Yeah, I have 7, I think.
But I would have to make sure that Nicole actually approves you if I don't know you, because, again, my reputation at stake, because my name will be on the bottom of your profile forever. So I'm really careful about who I give them out to.
So, okay. So, guys, send me, let me know if you need one. A lot of these people already have them. So, cool. All right. We'll see you next week, Adryenn. I'll talk to you later today. You guys have been awesome. Great building bridges. Bye.
I think I just posted it on tweet. on Twitter.
You did? Okay, we're still live right now. It's on Twitter. Her NFT link. Go get it.